Hey guys, what's going on? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now in this video, guys, we shall be talking about a certain very discussionable topic that's probably going to get a lot of heat in a debate. Now what we're going to be talking about today is going to be Kyle Busch. And now when it comes to Kyle Busch, we all know he's a very aggressive driver. Back when he was young, back when he was like just starting out with Joe Gibbs, he was a very, very aggressive driver, and not many fans liked Kyle Busch at the time. But over the years, Kyle Busch has slowly matured into where he is right now. Yes, he is still a bit aggressive in some of the races that he does race in, but Kyle Busch is still one of the best to ever do it. Now, another one I would probably consider Kyle Busch to be similar to because of his racing style and the amount of good stuff how good he is in the car is Dale Earnhardt. Now, if we all know who Dale Earnhardt is, and if you guys don't know who Dale Earnhardt is, Dale Earnhardt used to be the driver of the number 3 car for DEI before he passed away in the Daytona 500 in 2001. Now, what Dale Earnhardt was known for was intimidating a lot of people. He was known as the Intimidator because he would put the bumper to you, he would move you out of the way, he would intimidate you, and he would intimidate a lot of the guys that were on the track, and a lot of the guys were scared of him. Of course, he did obviously have some big rivalries going on in NASCAR. Some of them were Rusty Wallace, some of them was Dale Waltrip, and then of course, the most famous rivalry that Dale Earnhardt ever had was the one with my favorite driver, that is Jeff Gordon. It was the Intimidator versus the Wonder Boy, and we never got to see the end of that spectacular rivalry. Now, here's the reason why I'm saying Kyle Busch is like Dale Earnhardt. Now, if we all remember at the beginning, Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Busch, different from Dale Earnhardt. Kyle Busch actually he was like in a competitive ride straight out of the bat. Dale Earnhardt wasn't really in a competitive ride straight out of the bat. When Dale Earnhardt got in a good ride, Dale Earnhardt was winning. Now, the only difference between, obviously, Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt is that Dale Earnhardt was not able... Well, Dale Earnhardt... It was a different time around then, so really, you couldn't really run in the lower series and win like Kyle Busch was doing. So you got to compare the Cup Series to where they are now between Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt. And I mean, if you really take a look at it, Kyle Busch has almost 50... I think he has almost 60 wins. I think he's only like 15 or so wins behind Dale Earnhardt for all-time wins on NASCAR's win list. Now, obviously, yes, another big factor, the reason why Dale Earnhardt's better than Kyle Busch right now is the fact that Dale Earnhardt won 7 championships. But you gotta also consider this. Dale Earnhardt, yes, he was racing against some very, very good competitors about the time. But Kyle Busch has raced against some of the best NASCAR competitors in the 21st century. And I'd probably say the competition has been a lot tougher for Kyle Busch in the past couple of years. Now, I just want to say this also. If we were talking about an overall series in championships, Kyle Busch would have definitely had 7 championships. Because if Kyle Busch is able to run for Trucks and Xfinity Championship, Kyle Busch would have probably won at least, in both of those series, he would have won at least 2, which means right now he'd be sitting on 6 in total for his total championships in all of NASCAR's 3 series. But the main reason why I think Kyle Busch is basically Intimidator 2.0 is because look at the driving style that they both had when they were racing. I mean, Kyle Busch is still racing. Dale Earnhardt at the beginning, he was a lot aggressive. He was bumping guys out of the way. That's what became known as the Intimidator. Kyle Busch, when he started racing on trucks in Xfinity, he was being very aggressive. When he was in Cup, he wasn't that aggressive as Cup. It was mostly in the Xfinity series and the Truck series. I remember one particular instance where he took out Ron Hornaday when Ron Hornaday was still battling for the championship, and I think it was 2011 at Texas, and Kyle Busch ended up getting parked for that weekend. And I think that's where where people started disliking Kyle Busch really. But what took it off so much is that when Kyle Busch dumped Dale Earnhardt in Richmond, I think of 2000 was one of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s first years for Hendrick Motorsports. But that was the tipping point for every fan that does not like Kyle Busch, and that's really where the people started disliking Kyle Busch. And to be honest, some of the things that Dale Earnhardt would do in the past, so a lot of people would dislike it. But that's the thing. Dale Earnhardt can bump you out of the way. If you can be aggressive, at least back it up and prove that you can win. Joey Logano is way too aggressive, and most of the time he can't really back it up. Kyle Busch can be aggressive, and he can still back up the win. Kyle Busch has recently, this past weekend in Atlanta, he got his 102nd win in the Xfinity Series. And let's say, when he began, he was racing against some very competitive Xfinity Series drivers. He still is, because a lot of these young guys in the Xfinity Series are still very, very competitive when it comes to this. Now, Kyle Busch, 102 wins. This year, he's only allowed to race in the NASCAR Series now, in the Xfinity Series and the Cup Truck Series. The Cup Series drivers are only allowed to race at least 5 races in the season. Kyle Busch has raced 5 races in the Xfinity Series, and he's won all 5. Kyle Busch is undefeated this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Truck Series, he can't say the same, because twice in this season, a driver he just hired this year, John Hunter Nemechek, who moved down from the Cup Series to the Truck Series to prove himself, has beaten Kyle Busch twice this season. But back to Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt. If we also know one thing, that was one thing. I was very upset about this when I did the race review for Daytona, the Daytona 500 this year. Kyle Busch has still never won the Daytona 500. It took Dale Earnhardt 20 years of trying. Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Busch have the same style of aggressiveness when they were driving, when they were like getting up through the stages, and now they've become family men, they're really kind of changing and moving on into the next phase of their life, trying to watch out for like their kids. Kyle Busch is, like his son Braxton is already racing like quarter midgets, so he's already looking for the future when it comes to that. But also another reason, Kyle Busch has raced, I think, in 14 Daytona 500s. 14 Daytona 500s for Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch has never won one. If things go the way things are going, if it takes Kyle Busch another 6 years to win a Daytona 500 and he wins it on his 20th try, I don't care what anybody says. Kyle Busch is definitely the next Dale Earnhardt. I know Kyle Busch is going to pass Dale Earnhardt at wins. If Kyle Busch is what, 33, 34 years old, he can race for the next 10 years. And if he gets 2 wins per season, he'll definitely pass Dale Earnhardt. Now that does kind of make me scared, obviously, because I'm a big fan of Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon does have 93 wins. And if Kyle Busch were to race the next 10 years and win 2 races, that's about 22 wins. It's about 20 to 22 wins. And considering Kyle Busch is about to be on 60 wins for the NASCAR Cup Series after being beaten up by his brother this past weekend at Atlanta, that means Kyle Busch will be right on the edge, or close to being on the edge, of Jeff Gordon for 3rd on NASCAR's all-time wins list. Now, can you imagine if Kyle Busch, by the end of his NASCAR Cup Series career, ended up being 2nd all-time on wins, or at least 3rd all-time on wins, having the most wins in the Xfinity Series? That's never ever going to be beaten, because there's never going to be another driver in the Xfinity Series like Kyle Busch. There's never going to be another driver in the NASCAR Cup Series like Kyle Busch that can do everything that Kyle Busch is doing, because he's still racing for Joe Gibbs in the Cup Series, racing for Joe Gibbs in the Xfinity Series, racing for his Truck Series team, and he's still winning. There's not going to be another Kyle Busch, just like there will never be another Dale Earnhardt, there will never be another Jimmy Johnson, there will never be another Richard Petty. Definitely not, because Richard Petty has 200 wins in the NASCAR Cup Series. There will never be another Tony Stewart, because nobody's like Tony Stewart. Nobody's the same type of personality as Tony Stewart. That's why I think if we're looking at what things are going right now, the drivers racing right now, whether it's in Cup Series, whether it's in Xfinity Series, whether it's in Truck Series, the only driver I would probably say has the similar type of aggression and similar style of racing to the legendary Dale Earnhardt is going to be Kyle Busch in the number 18 car. Kyle Busch, in my honest opinion, if I had to say it, and I don't really want to say it, but I think Kyle Busch is the Intimidator 2.0. Because let's say this, Kyle Busch can make some mistakes when he is being aggressive. Dale Earnhardt made some mistakes when he was being aggressive. Hey, I remember watching the clip where Dale Earnhardt's racing Terry Labonte for the win at Bristol and takes out Terry Labonte to win the race. He actually did this twice. The first time he took out Terry Labonte actually crossed the finish line and he still won the race. The second time, he spun out Terry Labonte, and Terry Labonte ended up not winning the race, and a lot of fans at Tennessee actually booed Dale Earnhardt. Like most of the fans boo Kyle Busch when something goes wrong for Kyle Busch in the course of this season. But in terms of this video, guys, this is just basically a discussion. I want to know your guys' opinions down in the comments down below. Do you think Kyle Busch is the next Dale Earnhardt, or do you think I'm over-exaggerating this? And do you think that Kyle Busch doesn't even drive like Dale Earnhardt? Because I've looked at everything and I've seen Kyle Busch race the way Kyle Busch races, and I've looked at the clips of the way Dale Earnhardt races. Their driving style is similar to the same style. So in my honest opinion, Kyle Busch is definitely, or at least, the Intimidator 2.0, because he drives just like Dale Earnhardt. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please just smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you know my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.